Hey, this is Vic Serby from Bass Gear Magazine, Musikmesse 2009 Frankfurt, Germany. We're here with Siggi from Human Bass, and he's got two lines of products here. He's got the USA-made basses over on this side, and he's got the handmade basses on the other side we'll talk about in just a minute. Why don't you tell me a little bit about these basses, the materials that you use to build them, the woods, pickups, and the preamps?
Yes, they are made in USA. The body is made of swamp ash, maple neck, 3 pieces, rosewood fingerboard. The pickups are made by Delano. The electronics is 3-band electronics made by Glockenklang, and a single coil switch for 2 basic sounds of this bass.
Now, are all of your USA basses, like this one down here, I see is also a Delano pickup. It's a different type of a pickup. Is that also a Glockenklang preamp in that one?
There's also a Glockenklang preamp, a 3-band. And the extender pickup from Delano, that's the new model from USA. It's available since these days now. Brand new.
Who makes the bridge, the hardware?
The hardware is made by Praxis Musical in USA, and the electronics and pickups are from Germany. And
what about the machines?
The machines are like Goto, but they're not made by Goto.
Okay.
They're from Praxis.
Excellent.
Where's the woodwork done?
Woodwork done.
The woodwork done is from USA.
Where is your where are they made in USA?
In Orange, California. That's the reason why this it looks like a Bass X from mine, but it's made in USA, and because that it's called Bass X OC for Orange, California. You know.
Nice. So let's take a look at some of your German-made instruments, like the beautiful piece that I'm holding here. It looks like a redwood top and a Wengi layer in there and a maple body. Is that right?
The top is Wavona.
Wavona.
Yeah, it's no color on it. It's the original color of the wood.
It's beautiful.
And Wengi and maple is
Maple body.
Maple body.
Looks like a beautiful bird's eye maple neck. And is that Bobinga or Paduk on the stringers?
That's Bubinga.
Bobinga.
Yes.
Now this is a single cut model. You also make double cut models. This one also is slightly narrower spaced. Is that a custom option for this one, or is that standard for this model?
That's standard for this model.
Okay.
This model is called Daily Bass, and that's standard.
And then this ebony fingerboard?
Ebony fingerboard, exactly, yeah. There are pickups is made by Heusel. It's a German pickup maker, and it's made in wood.
Yeah. Is that rosewood or ebony?
That's ebony. Also the knobs are ebony.
Yeah, this is a beautiful instrument. I was talking to one of the people that works there in the booth with you, and he says that the next bass that he's going to have is this exact one.
Yeah, he wants it, but with 25 frets, so he cannot have this one.
All have Glockenklang preamps, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, so
that's a preamp. Udo from Glockenklang makes specially for Human Bass. It's a custom-made preamp.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What about this single cut?
It's a side-by-side single coil, so you have hum cancelling, and it sounds very clear and has enough bottom.
And what about the bridge? This is an interesting bridge with a separate individual tailpiece. That's actually similar to the one I'm holding in my hands now. Who makes that?
I developed it by myself, and I found somebody who to manufacture it for me.
Okay.
Yes, it's made by me, and I brought it. And
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's beautiful hardware. Now this is a top that you told me what kind of wood it was, and I was surprised. It's very light and very colorful. It's walnut, right?
It's walnut, yeah.
That's one of the most interesting pieces of walnut I've ever seen in my entire life, I have to say. It's very bright and colored. It's I was guessing it was like a spalted maple of some kind of a burl maple, but it's walnut, and that's highly unusual. So we go down the wall here. We've got some other fretted instruments and some really beautiful fretless instruments, which I will not be bold enough to try because I am not a good enough fretless player. But this one here has got a ash body, right, and a Bubinga top.
Exactly.
Beautiful bird's eye neck, and you were telling me earlier that you made this neck out of one piece, and you actually cut a slice off to put the truss rod in, and then put it back on. So it's a separate fingerboard, but it actually came from the same piece you made the neck from, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then we got another single cut over here. It's a 5-string version, basically, of the 4th or 6th string that we were looking at a minute ago, which is also a walnut top on a maple body. Is that right?
That's on a maple body. That's a different shape. It's a Class X. The other one is called the base. And
yeah, I noticed that I just noticed that the lower cut is very different.
Yeah.
And then I think Terry's going to have to just kind of aim the camera around a little different. But if he looks down the wall, there's some pretty beautiful fretless instruments. There's a single cut version with a looks like a Purple Heart covered pickup and Purple Heart knobs. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Is that also a Delano pickup under that Purple Heart?
No, that's also a Heusel pickup.
Ah, Heusel.
And he made it for me in the same wood, like the knobs and the how do you call it?
The pickup cover and the knobs. Oh, a Purple Heart. And the body, the laminate. Yeah.
It's made. It's quilted maple, Purple Heart, and flame maple on the backside.
Oh, that's beautiful. I also noticed on the 6-string fretless just to the left here, has got a ramp built on. Is that an option, or is that standard on your fretlesses most typically?
That's an option.
It looks like it might even be cut from the same piece of wood that the top was made from.
That's right. Yeah.
Now that one only has 4 knobs. I just noticed that. Is that also a Glockenklang preamp, or is that different?
That's also a Glockenklang preamp, but it's only one pickup, and so you need.
So you don't need to blend.
Treble, bass, mids.
Yeah, that's. But that also supports a passive mode, right?
Yes. If you're in the passive mode, you have a passive tone control.
Yeah, I think you were telling me about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I remember right, the treble control is special in that it will boost actively, but when you cut, it cuts passively. So that's how it works in both passive and active mode.
It's in the passive mode. It cuts from the middle back.
Yeah.
So that in the middle you have also always a flat signal.
And then in passive mode, if you boost it, it just doesn't do anything, right?
No, it doesn't do anything.
Well, that's incredible. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your instruments?
Play it, hear it, feel it, and have fun.
That's all it takes. This is Vic Serby, Bass Gear Magazine, Frankfurt Musikmesse 2009 at the Human Bass booth, and I couldn't be happier.